Given the conditions today, honestly, I'm surprised we made it as far as we did. Alright, we are on the fat bike right now. Making our way to the bottom of Pharo Creek in the Pharo Mountains. Hoping to ride the bike all the way to the end of the road. It's passable, and then we're going to attempt winter hike / snowshoe all the way up Pharo Canyon today on the last day of January. Oh yeah. Well, we might already be at about the end of how far we're going to bike. Probably going to end up having to walk up all this on the way back. I doubt I'll be able to pedal up through this. That's okay. Alright, we've got almost to the end of the road. Reached the point where we're just going to leave the bike instead of trying to bring it along further. Alright, snow getting soft enough it was advantageous to put the snowshoes on. Got the old Tubbs Wilderness snowshoes strapped on, and onward and upward we go. Make sure to check out the video from a year and a couple months ago when I mountain biked down Pharo Creek, Pharo Canyon here. Right at the beginning of winter, caught it when there was just a little bit of snow. The last bit of fall colors. It is absolutely magical. Make sure to check out that video riding down this stunning canyon. Well, it proved so slow and tough going up that it was very difficult to be videoing, but we did make it about 3 3/4 miles up the canyon, just above the bowl in the head of the canyon. Here, starting to climb out of the bowl, the snow's getting too deep for the dogs. It's been really borderline for them in a couple of spots, and they were barely able to make it through, even with me tramping the trail in front of them. So I think we'll call it good here and turn around. Given the conditions, honestly, I'm very pleased and pretty surprised we even made it this far, but very cool. So we're gonna start working our way back down now. It'll definitely be faster and easier going heading down, since for one, we're going downhill, and two, we got trail falling out. A little bit better conditions, and maybe without the dogs, probably definitely could have kept going. But also, given what time of day it is, I think the wise move is to start working our way back down at this point. It's a lot of work snowshoeing like this. Great exercise. You definitely don't go nearly as fast or nearly as far as you can hiking in normal conditions. But boy, you definitely earn every step. This is the big bowl here at the top of Pharo. Absolutely beautiful. I was hoping to make it all the way to the summit of Jack's Peak up there today, but conditions weren't quite good enough for it, especially with the dogs. Be another time when maybe snow conditions are a little better. Given the conditions today, honestly, I'm surprised we made it as far as we did. There's quite a few spots where I was really close to calling it good. Alright, on down the canyon we go. A little exposure there. This here is the stretch where I was really about ready to call it quits on the way up. It was so touch and go side hilling across this. And it was so deep and soft. I had to make 2 passes back and forth across this with the snowshoes to be in a good enough trail that the dogs could follow me. They'd get stuck and have to wait for me to tramp ahead a little ways, come back for them, and then lead them again. So they had a good enough trail worn in that they could actually make it. You just say now though, we got us a pretty good path tromped in across this. Whew, I am just about skiing down this on the snowshoes, even with the crampons on the bottom. I'm still just about sliding on some. Just gonna start sliding on some of this stuff. Just kinda, it's like when the bike's on loose stuff. You just gotta stay loose and kind of go with it. If you fight it, that's when you're gonna go down. Plus you also gotta try hard to not let the, if you start sliding, not let the nose of the snowshoes dive and dig in, because then you'll just pitch over forward with the snowshoes stuck. Half sliding, half walking. Okay, old boy. He's a tired pup. He's about ready to be done with this silliness. A lot of work floundering up through all this, wasn't it? Deep mountain through here. When you're pushing through a couple feet of snow. Whoa! Caught myself where my butt hit the snow. That's good. This is the steepest part. After this, it won't be too bad going down. This is brutal going up. Definitely going to be the trickiest stretch going down. Living is a pretty good path, that's for sure. Anybody else wants to come snowshoe up this, now it'll be a lot easier for them. We've done all the grunt work, busting trail. Yeah, that was more skiing than snowshoeing. Whew! Wow, we made it down the steep part. Now we're actually walking again instead of just sliding. That's kind of crazy. Whose idea was this? Oh, pretty view down the canyon from here on this ridge. So cool to come places like this that we've seen in the springtime, we've seen them in the summer, we've seen them in the fall, and to come see it in the winter too. The winter is such a different experience from any of the other seasons. I thought I was on snowshoes, not skis. Quite amazed I haven't fallen down yet. I'd be really surprised if I make it all the way through this and don't. So far I've made it up and down by far the trickiest stretches without it. You don't know. Might get lucky. Jinxed myself there. Yep. You doggy should have knocked on some wood. You're surprised I haven't fallen down yet. It's been about 2-3 minutes of saying that down we went. That was funny. Jinxed ourselves there big time. Okay, not too bad. Don't jinx yourself again. I gotta get back up. Oh. Heck yeah. A lot of trees and branches down from heavy wet snow. Some of them prove a little tricky to get around. There's a nice good trail blockage. It's tricky stepping over trees and branches with these things on feet. Hey look, we found a fat bike. Yeah, that was quite something. 7.4 miles, 2,000, about 200 feet of elevation gain. That's not bad on snowshoes. Busting trail the whole way up. Pretty good little adventure there. Now it's time to strap the snowshoes back on the pack and we'll do the about 2-ish miles back to the truck on the fat bike. Probably some of this stuff softened up too much throughout the day. The ride up. I can go downhill through it. I can mostly go through it on fairly flat. Uphill is just a little too much resistance. Good job, buddy. Alright everyone, here we are back at the truck. That was definitely a good adventure. It'd been cool to have made it all the way to the top, but I'm glad we turned around when we did. Both because of the conditions and also what time it was, as we're here not too long before it's going to start getting dark and it's already starting to cool off quite a bit. So yeah, I'm glad we turned around when we did, and really, given the conditions, pretty awesome that we even made it as far as we did. And that was so pretty up there, so cool to see a familiar canyon in very different conditions. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you check out other videos. It will be linked. Make sure you check out when I rode Pharo Canyon back in 2023. That was awesome. Such a wild canyon. Definitely need to ride it again. That thing's so cool. And any other videos that will be linked in the cards in the upper right hand corner of this video. Leave us a comment down below. As always, leave a like. For the trail dogs, check out RE Bikes. It didn't do too much, but the RE Kings Peak did play its part. And obviously have the snowshoes. They're strapped on the pack. They played a very large and essential part in this adventure. So thanks again for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and keep digging up new places to ride, hike, snowshoe, or otherwise adventure in the great outdoors under your own power is always the best.